Hello again. Today I'd like to show you how I made this very pretty Christmas poinsettia on a wire for the Christmas tree. I used double-sided gold, red and green pearlescent card and a little bit of white and PVA glue. That's all it takes. Oh, and a few really shiny little gems for the middle. So let's get straight to it. My colours: red, green. I only just recently started buying these two. Lovely, aren't they? Again, I will provide the links in the comments. And gold. Each one is double-sided. Lovely shiny pearlescent paper. It actually provides quite stiff paper material here for your poinsettias. I actually also made a paper one out of one of these books, my books. But today we're making one. I want to make one just like this. And I do like to try and get all my pieces cut. This is my favourite one so far. A little bit fiddly sometimes. And then I do have a little tiny one. Some of these other pieces I have here. And this is my last design that I have here to show you. With my two layers. For the smaller poinsettia. Not sure how you'd pronounce it. Poinsettia. Some little pine leaves. And some mistletoe. I've cut all my pieces ready. Makes it a lot quicker for the video. I'll quickly bring all across. Here's all my pieces. My layers. Cut. I thought this would just speed it all up so you don't have to sit there and watch me cutting all the pieces to make our flower. We can get straight to it. But before we do, besides our wire, we're going to need some little pieces of round card. Like this. This is actually for the wire to go through and the back of the poinsettia. Look, here. It's actually held through the card. So I'm going to get started. Move some of this out of the way. Right, before we make the flower, we want to do this piece with the wire. Now I've used very thin garden wire, about 0.5 millimeters thick, and I use about 10 centimeters. So measure yourself about 10 centimeters and cut it with some wire cutters. Now where did I put mine? Here. Now I'm actually guessing my 10 centimeters, but it doesn't matter because I'm only doing it to show you. So let's cut off. Just try and straighten it a little bit. Now I like to fold mine in half. So you can obviously get it in half before you even start. Okay. Move this out of the way. Handy. I love this because you can actually hang it. Never had it like this before. And I only just recently bought this too. I actually purchased this from Amazon. And I just hang it. Absolutely great. Right. Now then, I'll need one white, one green. And what I'm actually going to do is want them together. It just looks better in case you see it. Beforehand though, you're going to need your holes. So what you're going to do, what did I use before? I actually used my little knife, but be careful. I'll do one and both in the same place. Use a bit of PVA glue. I'm going to quickly stick these together. Oh, hang on. I've actually stuck it different. Now I'm actually going to stick this straight through the holes before it sets and dries. Right. I hope that was all in the camera. I do tend to drift sometimes when I'm doing it. Now if you look, can you see how I fed it through? Now, one thing I have learned while doing this, I've only made a few, you don't want it ripping later on, so I'm actually going to give it a little twist. You see how tight I've made that there? So then that shouldn't actually move once you've got your piece on it. Now, I also have a smaller piece. And what I did with this, two little lines, can you see? Cut out a little tiny V on each. And what I'm actually doing is creating a little bridge to go over the top of that knot. Cover it with glue. Quickly do that. This bit here. Don't really want on my gloves. See that? Right, now what you're going to do is put each V, cut out V, over the top of near the wire. Just bend it like so, and then bring your wire through each so it can dry. Going like that. Right, again, immediately while it is wet and dry, and it doesn't really matter, but you might as well, because it can allow you to get on with the rest of it once this is all dried. To make this more solid, what I actually did was saturate it with glue. All underneath. Now this will actually dry and give it a nice seal in it, protective seal you could say. Just give it a chance to dry. Give it a little bit extra glue in there so it's a bit bulky, because it may need it inside the creases. Remember, this will actually dry clear. So it doesn't matter, because it's actually going to be the back of it and on your tray. A little thin coat. Right, now we're going to want that to dry. So while that's drying, let me just put this here. To dry. Now, while that is drying, I'm going to show you. Let me just check that's drying properly. Push down. Might have to hold it just for a sec while that sets. While the underneath is drying, we might as well start with the top. Now, I really don't like how when you move the wire underneath, this bit here can actually also move. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a setting in this glue, and that'll actually help set it for use. It's nice to make something that would last longer than just 1 year, wouldn't it? And I do believe the quality of those over there would most definitely last two Christmases. Now I could just wait for that to set in there to use it all rock hard. Now I do advise you to wait for that to actually dry, and that really will set this in the middle so it's rock hard. So when you move it and bend it onto your tray, it shouldn't actually move what you make. Now how do we start? Because I've got quite a few pieces here that I could choose from. Some red and gold. Do you think I should do a mix, or do you think I should just do one colour? Well, I think I'm actually going to put this right on the back. Hang on. So I'm actually making one slightly different to what we've made. So I'm going to actually start with a piece of pine. There you go. Make sure it's sticking out. You don't need to go too nutty with the glue, but use enough. And averagely try and always point this into the middle. Quite though, is it? That'll do. Now we're going to start adding our layers. Oh, I love these intricate cut petals. I've never actually been a fan of this flower until this year. Amazing how much we can change with little things, isn't it? Never let yourself get too set in your ways. And just carefully layer however much. Let's have a quick peek at this one. You can see how I carefully laid, actually used all three designs here, I believe. I'm now going to use, I'm actually going to use another layer of this lovely cut a leaf.
Yeah, to her that must just seem bolded.
Right, now I'm going to add this layer. Now I'm going to add the plain gold. And this one I'm just going to fold. Might want to start doing this with some of the more inner layers. Just makes it easier to fold it once it's all dry, and then I usually hold it like this. Give the middle a little dip in my glue. It's going to give it a good dip. It does all dry clear. Let me see. I like to try and do it where it's in the middle in layers of the other ones. So each one that you can make sure it's in the middle. I'm sort of going to do exactly the same thing again now. Same one. Fold it over. Hair there. Little dip in my glue. I'm actually just using a little container pot with a bit in on the top, and it makes it easier just to give a little dip. And let's turn that way. Look nice. You know what, we're nearly done already. This seems to be a bit of a quick one, doesn't it? And shall we still add one of these? Yeah, I'm going to add the smaller one because... Actually, no. No, I'm going to add the smaller one of this first. Right, turn mine again. Give it all a little fold. Hold it like, give it a good little dip. It's nice and wet. Now I'm going to try and line it there because I actually still want a couple more layers. Just be careful that you don't move the bottom ones. No, too big. I think that's too big, really. Well, I'm not going to glue it yet. I'm going to just see what it looks like, because I haven't made this one before. Do you think it's a bit much? No, let's add it. Then I'm just going to leave it to dry. Right. Let's just give that a little pokey down. Whoopsie daisy. That was not meant to happen. For now, I'm just going to leave that to dry. I'm going to add a couple of bits on the back in a minute. I think our little poinsettia is ready for its gems now. In this bag, as you can see, I flat back glass rhinestones. These are usually for nails, but I actually think these are great for card making and other crafting projects. They've got a real shine to them, proper sparkle. some of these self-adhesive gems really just don't do it the same. Not sure what size I actually want. Just take a few out. A few too many out. Didn't want to do that. Never mind. I'm still doing. I do already have a little blue still on there. Let's add a little bit more. Just make sure I've got enough. If you're hearing a background noise, it's my son and his new girlfriend cooking dinner in the kitchen. I'm going to use tweezers. Be a bit better. And try and pick the same sizes for each. Depends how you want it. I'm just going to do one on each of these 4 petals just to show you what I'm doing. I want to go in the middle because actually it's quite a bit bigger, isn't it? Let's see. Took that one off. A little bit big compared to the other one. And try and place them all. This can actually be a bit of a fiddly bit. Don't want to speak too soon, but it's going quite well with this one. There you go. I told you I'd speak too soon. No, it's messing that one up too. That'll do. And I'll stick this one there. And there we have it. Our finished poinsettia. I've given all the card a little bit of a fold. But I hope you enjoyed watching. And thank you. Until next time, bye.